It's a brand new year and it's time to start planning your Cedar Point trip. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. These are my top 10 most helpful videos for you to check out. Let's go. What's up, cool people? Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Like I said, today we are talking about my top 10 videos that are going to be the most helpful for your planning purposes for this coming year. Of course, there are other videos out there also that would help you, and I do not discourage you from going to check those out by any means, but these are the ones that I have that I think would help you the most. So we are going to start with number 1 being the least helpful and number 10 being the most helpful. So if you want my most helpful tips, then wait until the very end. So I hope you're ready. Let's get into this list. Let's go. All right, now first of all, we have Make Someone Love coasters with this order at Cedar Point. Now this is one video that I'm like oddly very proud of. Last year in the winter time, I kind of came up with this list. And actually it seems to have worked on a couple different people. That doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. Obviously it's not always, but it kind of gives just a bit of an idea of what coasters are going to be the most palatable after you've ridden a couple different coasters. So if you've ridden Millennium Force, then what other coasters might be more palatable after that? So go check some of these out just to see kind of what they are like. Now, my best friend Nathan and his kids came, and his kids had not ridden coasters, and we did this list with them also. So that's kind of a companion piece with this, and they ended up loving all the coasters that we did that day. Now, they were also ready for it. They were excited, and I never suggest that you would do something with anybody if they're just like, no, I don't want to ride it. Like, just leave me alone. I don't want to do it. You know, don't force anybody to do anything. But if they are ready and they're excited about it, but they're maybe a little bit apprehensive, this list may be really helpful for them. So let's move on to number 2, and that is this Cedar Point hack works. Now, midweek at Cedar Point is always awesome, and this talks very specifically about every single part of midweek, how long the lines are or how not long the lines are, and what all you can do. So I definitely highly recommend going to check that one out. If you can plan your vacation midweek, you definitely should, and I think this video proves that pretty well. So if you're hesitant about it, or you kind of think, well, but it'd be so much easier to not go on to not take a day off and instead take the weekend, this may change your mind. So go check that video out. Next video is my best day ever, and it has all kinds of tips and tricks for you guys about having the best day ever. Now, of course, during my best days ever, I do all kinds of different things. I ride coasters, I see shows, I eat food, I drink drinks. It's very fun, and I always have a blast with it. It's not necessarily trying to ride every single thing, and it's not trying to do everything in one fell swoop by any means, because I mean, really with Cedar Point, that's kind of impossible anyway. But you can see what I would do on one of my best days ever. And of course, that's going to change every day, but this is one version of it. So go check that out if it would be helpful to you guys. Now, last year I brought my dog to Cedar Point. So I have a video that was called, I did this year, but I did this also last year. And last year's version is the one that I included because it has more detail in it. I brought my dog to Cedar Point and this happened. You can actually bring your pets to Cedar Point, but there's a kennel. And I don't know if it would be a kennel that would be approved by all dog owners, which is another reason why you may want to go check it out. This is also particularly helpful if you are someone who is staying at the marina. So if you have a dog and you're at the marina, but you don't want them away from any people or unable to get water, things like that, while you're there, then the attendants there can fill your water. Anyway, you'll see it in the video, so go check it out if you have pets and you're wanting to or considering the possibility of bringing them to Cedar Point for one reason or another. Steel Vengeance lockers. It's been years since Steel Vengeance is open, but people still have questions, and I had questions up until 2 years of doing this channel even. So I went through and figured out every single part about Steel Vengeance's locker systems, because people still have questions even to this day. So if you are confused about the way that Steel Vengeance's lockers work, and you just are kind of like, wait, is it really free? What really happens? How does it really work? I walk you through every single step, from both putting your stuff away to getting your stuff back at the end. So if you want to just go step by step with me and what all of that process takes, go check that video out. That'll be really helpful in your planning so that you know what to expect while you're at Cedar Point. Now, another one of my proudest videos is every Cedar Point ride and how long you should wait for them. So I went through the park and went through every single ride and had kind of a list of basically if it was a busy day, if it was a medium day, and if it was a very light day at Cedar Point, which amounts would I actually wait for these different rides. Because obviously on a busy day, it's going to be different than on a much less busy day. I might be willing to wait an hour on a busy day for certain rides, but I might be willing to never wait that long on other days. And I've found even on some of the busiest days that this one works. This is another video that has a companion piece with it where I actually tried all of this out. So I'll include that video down in the links down below also as kind of a side note. But if you want to go check these ride times out, I do think they're actually pretty helpful if you just wait to find one of those rides at the time that I mentioned. Usually you can still ride pretty much every single ride without having to even get a fast lane. And a lot of times that can save you some good hard-earned cash. So that's definitely worthwhile. So go check it out if that would be helpful to you guys. For a busy day, it's okay to wait 40 to 50 minutes. Number 7 is I'm at Cedar Point, but my daughter is in control. My daughter loves to be in control of me at Cedar Point. She loves to tell me what to do and where to go. And I've discovered that that's kind of helpful, especially for the parents among us. So if you're kind of wondering what your kids might like to do, then follow along as my daughter takes the reins for the day. Go check that one out, and it may give you some really good helpful tips on what kids might actually want to do if you're bringing them, especially for the first couple times. Number 8 and third on our list is food prices just got more expensive at Cedar Point. I went around to every single restaurant and found every single price for all of their different meal offerings. Most places at Cedar Point have like a combined plate that you can get. You can't get things a la carte. You can't add fries to a burger, things like that. You just buy it as a meal as a whole. So I went through that. I also talked some different meal options and things that you could get if you have dietary restrictions in this video. So go check it out. Those things may really help you depending on who you are and what you may need. Walking in, you'll see 2 different lines. These lines do move pretty quickly, and things are usually pre-made. Now, I will tell you that some of the foods move you along much faster than others. Second to last, and my penultimate, is a full tour of Cedar Shores Water Park. I went through Cedar Shores Water Park and we just watched every single thing unfold. Went to every single ride, went to every single pool, went to every single spot that we could go to at the park, just to kind of show you what that place is actually like. And hopefully you can kind of look around and you can see what may be worthwhile. On the day that I was there, certain things weren't open too, so that may give you a bit of an idea, especially toward the beginning of the season, how many things will be open and how many things will not be open, if that's something that you're looking for, because you may not want to spend the money to go to the water park if you can't have certain things open. So definitely an informative video and a helpful one to you. Thank you for visiting Cedar Point Shores. And last on my list, and the one with the most companion pieces, is FASTLANE worth it? And actually, on my channel itself, I've now have my channel divided into several different sections where you can see all kinds of different things. And the very first one that you're going to see is FASTLANE. But among that, we also have tips and tricks, vlogs, challenges, hotels, discussions, Fort Wayne stuff, and then we have a whole bunch of other stuff too with rankings, roller coaster reacts, FASTLANE, and live streams that you can check out if you're interested in certain topics on the channel. But FASTLANE is your #1 spot. Hopefully that makes this channel a little bit more navigable for you and will help you be able to find what you need when you need it. But in this case, this FASTLANE, these FASTLANE videos I've found to be very helpful for a lot of people, because a lot of people, I mean, it makes sense. If you're looking at spending over $200 for FASTLANE, you want to make sure that you're getting the deal of a lifetime and you're able to ride all the things that you want to be able to ride. So in some of these, I've gone through and priced out how much it costs per ride. In some of them, we've talked about FASTLANE versus no FASTLANE. In some of them, I've just shown you how you can do everything without FASTLANE. And in some of them, we've just talked about, is it actually worth it? What is the actual experience like if I want to ride all the rides, maybe multiple times, or I want to ride rides and have extra time in my day for other things I'd like to do. So those are the 10 videos that I have enlisted in this, and really it's going to end up being a lot more than 10 videos, but it's basically like 10 topics that are really helpful to you. 10 main videos and then a couple companion pieces also that may help you out. So all of those are linked down below in my comments, or in my doobly-doo, I guess, not in the comments, but down below where you press more. So go check those all out. You can press the links down below, or also up above up here throughout this video. There's been little things that have come across, and those are called cards. You can press on any one of those cards and check those out also. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I hope this was informative and quick for you guys. I didn't want to spend too much of your time, because this is just to let you know what options are out there to help you guys out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and let's go. Hey, thanks for watching. I release theme park related videos at least a couple times a week, so press that subscribe button if you made it this far. Also, check out similar videos in the playlist to the right, or find my newest video to the left. Thanks again, and let's go!